Right, hardest squat session I've ever done. Let's watch this pussy do a 20 RM max Widowmaker. And by the way, before anyone gets upset, this pussy is me. So we're gonna watch me with my bitch ass safety bar because my shoulder's cooked. Attempt a new 20 RM at 117.5 kilos, which is roughly 71% of my 1 RM. First rep felt pretty good. Not gonna lie, first rep felt pretty good. Second rep felt pretty shit. Third rep, I was already thinking I've put too much weight on this bar. Fourth rep, I was seriously considering my decisions up to this point. Fifth rep, I started to have my doubts. When there's 15 reps to go, that's exactly what you don't want. By rep number 6, I was starting to panic. And here we go, rep number 7. Now watch this. This is why I film my sets. This is rep 7. And I went to walk the bar back in and quit on the set. This is exactly why I filmed some of my heavy lifts, okay? If I wasn't filming and wearing a David Goggins t-shirt, which is the most expensive t-shirt I own, given that you have to pay USD and shipping, then I would have put that rack back on the bar. And even look at that. See the shoes on the right-hand side there? That's my wife. She was concerned for my well-being and wondering why she married a man who would try to quit on a 20 RM, 7 reps in. But now we're good. I told myself just get to 10 and see how you feel. Now I'm going to also add here that this is the end of a rather long accumulation phase. So we've been doing a lot of 10s, tempos, 1.5 reps over the last 8 weeks. And last week I actually hit 78% for 10 and I felt like Superman. I hit 130 for a set of 10 and felt pretty good. So I was a bit annoyed that this was feeling so heavy. But you know what? What a guy. Powered through it. You can see here that I'm starting to shake a little bit. If you haven't done a 20 RM, it's so much time under tension that it's not actually your legs struggling from the weight of the squat necessarily. It's the fact that the belt's been pretty tight on my airways and my midline is really starting to have to work super hard to maintain the position. That puts you in a position where you're actually in like a double-edged sword here because you want more time at the top to rest and breathe, but the longer you stay at the top, the less likely you are to be able to actually get the next repetition out. So you can see my wife edging closer and closer and closer. And I just want to take this moment to shout out to her. Really appreciate that you've always got my back, although not quite sure what you would have done considering that I'm actually using a safety bar here. Probably best for us as both small business operators and parents. If you just be careful, get out of the way, and maybe just let me hurt myself, because better I go down than both of us go down. But I love the moral support here that she's providing. And as we get deep into this set, I felt like crying. There you go. And you can actually hear me call for my wife if you listen really closely. Psyching myself up there. Does that one look good? It looked like a bit faster, but I think I'm completely gassed. Where am I calling for Cat? Here we go. I definitely remember seeing stars at some point. Here we go. Big tough boy. Get your call for your wife. Just tell me I'm big, babe. Just tell me I look strong. Oh, and we finished the 20th rep there and put it back in. So yeah, and then for anyone who has done this, you'll appreciate that getting the bar back in the rack after you've done a 20 RM is probably the hardest part of the set. And then I go straight down to the ground, and at this point I don't actually possess the capability of undoing my belt. So my wife comes back to the rescue probably for the 4th time today. You can imagine looking after me is pretty much a full-time job, but that actually allowed me to breathe, which made the blurry vision begin to dissipate, and I could begin to hear things again as well, which was a huge bonus. So all in all, I really enjoyed this cycle. This basically not the way that it finished off, but it's called a Widowmaker for a reason. And that was a 7.5 kilo PR on my 20 RM. So I was pretty stoked with how it played out in the end. And a big mental victory there as well for me. Thank you, David Goggins, and thank you, Katrina Borg. Now we go into the heavy stuff. This is the end of accumulation based cycle. Now we're going to go into the top end range. And you guys, if you want to come and join us, jump on the program. We actually run a school where you can have access to the program that we're going to be doing over the next 8 weeks. And that's about to kick off next week. So jump on School, SKOOL, search the Consistency Project, and you can come and train with us for free. How good. Highly recommend if you haven't done it. Do it. Great mental test as well as a great physical test. The Widowmaker, 20 RM. And let me know in the comments if you do it, what you got. Surely you beat me. Surely 100% you beat me. And also if anyone wants to just let me know, because I had to use a safety bar, if that actually counts before I go and get a tattoo of my new PR. Let me know what you think.